Good day and welcome to class. The course is fish farming and it consists of 10 modules. So today we'll be diving into the first module, which is Introduction to Fish Farming and Opportunities. The content include considering the meaning and scope of fish farming, the importance and benefits of fish farming in Nigerian economy, the do's and don'ts in fish farming, the opportunities in aquaculture and career path. What is fish farming? Fish farming is a controlled cultivation, that is rearing, breeding, harvesting of fish and other aquatic organisms. It is also known as aquaculture or pisciculture. And if you are to consider the difference between capture fishing and fish farming, capture fishing depends on natural and wild stock, whereas for the fish farming, it is a controlled, predictable, and year-round process. The core activities in fish farming include breeding, feeding, growing, and harvesting in tanks. It can be in tanks, it can be in ponds, and it can be in cages. Fish farming is more than just ponds. It is an entire value chain. The system is classified into three. We have the extensive, the semi-intensive, and the intensive. The extensive uses low input and purely depend on natural feed, whereas the semi-intensive combines natural feed with supplementary feed. And for the intensive, it depends solely on supplementary feed. So it uses high input and a controlled environment. There are different types of ponds. We have the heating pond, we have the concrete, we have the tarpaulin, and the cages. So it depends on which the farmer wants to use. The key activities in fish farming includes the pond construction, the hatchery management, the feeding of the fish, the water quality control, as well as marketing. In Nigeria, the popular species include catfish, tilapia, carp. The ethics in fish farming, well, we'll first consider the do's. The do's of a successful fish farming include, number one, which is very important, is plan. You have to conduct a feasibility studies. Then number two is to choose wisely. You select a good site and pond type. Number three, you start healthy. You need to source for quality fingerlings from reliable hatcheries. Fingerlings are younger, the smaller fish, and hatcheries is places where they are being hatched from egg. Then you have to maintain a good environment, manage your water quality diligently. Also feed, which is very important. You have to make it consistent and you have to provide a balanced feed. You have to keep records. You also need to be proactive. You need to seek training and technical advice even as you go on in your journey. For the don't, for you to be successful, you need to avoid the following. Do not start without knowledge. You need to learn first, then you start small. Also avoid overcrowding ponds because it will cause stress. It could lead to disease and stunted growth of fish. Also, don't feed wastefully. If you feed wastefully, it leads to pollution and high cost. Don't ignore sick fish. You have to act immediately to prevent outbreak of diseases. Don't use contaminated water. Also, don't guess. You need to use data from your record for decision making. And lastly, don't harvest without a buyer. You need to plan your market. We move to opportunities in fish farming. The aquaculture value chain is very wide, and fish farming opens door beyond production. Production, you can measure on production, you can measure on input supply, support services, value addition, marketing, and export. So it depends on you. Production, that is the act of rearing those fish, that can be catfish, can be tilapia. Can also work on input supply, like supply of feed, of fingerlings, and the rest. Then support service, you can be supplying equipment and also consultancy for fish farmers. You can also measure on value addition, that is fish farming, fish processing. You can also be a marketer and exporter. So it depends on your interest. Career path in aquaculture. Aquaculture is a professional field for various skills and interests. Career paths include on-farm, that is fish farm and hatchery manager. It can be you can be a fish farmer, you can be an hatchery manager. Also, for the technical and scientific field, you can be a feed nutritionist, you can be a fish health specialist, and you can be a researcher. For advisory and businesses, you can be an aquaculture extension officer, you can be a business consultant, and you can be an environmental officer. For entrepreneurship, you can go into the business part, owner, being a business owner in processing and input supply, or in export. Why do we need to consider aquaculture? Aquaculture is a promising career in Nigeria, and we can see that over the growing population of over 200 million people, it's rising demand for fish. At least this population requires high need for fish. Also, there is a supply gap. There is decline in natural fish catch from rivers and seas. Also, government support. There is availability of government support in terms of training, loans, and grants for our Greek businesses in Nigeria, especially. And also, export potential. Growing international demand for Nigerian catfish and smoked fish. We have a growing demand for it. And lastly, youth empowerment. To be empowered, a viable path to entrepreneurship and self-reliance is fish farming. In conclusion, fish farming is a dynamic and rewarding enterprise, crucial for Nigerians' food security and economy. Also, success hinges on knowledge, proper practices, and treating the farm as a living system. The industry offers vast opportunities for employment, entrepreneurship, and professional growth. So, what you give to your fish farm determines what it gives back to you. So, you can consider embarking on fish farming because you will always have you have a smooth ride if you consider all this. Thank you for listening. We'll meet in a Module 2 class.